In your car Pure, in the back, there's a tube coming down from this white flow rate sensor that goes to the right side of your carbon filter. We're going to disconnect this tube by simply pulling on the tube and disconnecting it. I recommend having a towel on the floor here so that if any water drips that you can catch it before it falls into the floor. So we're going to disconnect this tube here. We're going to take off the cap from this gallon container. We're going to add the tube, place the tube into the container. I'm going to push this a bit closer. And you get that tube all the way inside the container. So now, we're going to go to the screen and we're going to first run room temperature water. Make sure that you have a cup or something to pour the water into for 5 seconds. So we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to run hot water for a full cycle. Continue to run the hot water until the entire half gallon is emptied. This may take 3 to 5 minutes of pouring. Once you've emptied the half gallon of mixture solution, now we're going to run a cold water cycle. So we're only going to use the cold water here, and you're going to run this until the entire solution is empty. So simply run the cold water and pour it into the glass until the gallon container runs empty. Once the container is empty, set a timer for 30 minutes and allow the solution to sit inside the machine for 30 minutes. Once 30 minutes has passed, you can reconnect this tube to the connection point on the right side of the carbon filter by simply pushing it back into the connector, the elbow. And now we're going to flush the system. So just like before, we're going to run the room temperature for 5 seconds, and then we're going to run the cold water for 3 to 4 glasses of water. This will completely flush the system of the descaling solution and continue to flush until any of the scent or the taste of the descaler is gone. Now we're going to run a hydrogen peroxide solution flush through the system, and this will, if you have any taste or smell or odor in your water, this will completely remove any of that. Typically it comes from your cold water tank, and that would be the one that we're going to run the most. This solution is already pre-mixed, and you're just going to shake it again, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take this and put that tube right into the opening, right into the mixture of solution. So you're going to disconnect this tube again, and you're going to put it into the container. And we're going to run the cold water and the hot water the same way that we did before until this is emptied. You can reconnect this tube to the connection point on the right side of the carbon filter by simply pushing it back into the connector, the elbow. And now we're going to flush the system. So just like before, we're going to run the room temperature for 5 seconds, and then we're going to run the cold water for 3 to 4 glasses of water.